and welcome back to Coffee at Sunrise. As reflective and comforting as a sip of coffee at sunrise, I hope this podcast, with all the lessons I'm learning as I navigate life in my 20s, gives you that same feeling, inspiring you to take on the day and show up as your best self. Today we're talking all about this term I'm calling entering my curious girl era, and why this life-changing mindset can help you achieve your goals. First, let's do a little life update check-in. So the coffee I'm sipping on this morning is, no surprise here, a brown sugar shaken espresso with vanilla cold foam. It's the best. My current watch is Perfect Match on Netflix, and I'm also waiting for all the episodes to come out of the newest season of Love Island so that I can just watch the whole thing throughout. So I'm waiting on that. I love Love Island. My favorite season is one with Maura and Molly May. That is my favorite season. I think it's season 5. And my current read is These Infinite Threads. The first book was This Woven Kingdom, and it's so freaking good. I'm a sucker for good enemies to lovers, so really enjoying that so far. I also truly do think that staying grateful and staying excited is the key to just a happier mindset and a happier life. So let's try to start this morning thinking about one thing that you're grateful for. It could be anything, from your family to your coffee or a candle. It really could be anything. Serious, not serious. Just one thing that you appreciate exists and something you admire, maybe. And then think about one thing that you were looking forward to. It could be a summer vacation, or playing with friends, or even getting into your bed at the end of the day to watch a movie or do whatever makes you happy. Anything that you can look forward to and feel excited about. One thing I'm grateful for is my room. I love my little decor. I don't know, this is just like a comforting and safe space for me. I love my room. I love the way I decorate it, and it feels like me, and it feels cozy and comforting, and I love it, and I'm grateful for it. And then one thing I'm looking forward to is this podcast, and me kind of taking social media more seriously now than I have in the past. I started posting on TikTok last year, I think, but I didn't really think too much of it. I told myself, I just want to see what happens if I don't quit. And surprisingly, that little saying, whenever I felt like I wanted to quit, or that little voice of self-doubt came in saying oh my God, what are you doing? This is not good. You're being cringy. Just, regular self-doubt things. I just told myself that line, I just want to see what happens if I keep going. I just want to see what happens if I don't quit. And that little saying just really helped anytime I felt like I wanted to give up. And flash forward to now, I'm by no means a real influencer or anything like that. And I don't have this huge following, but the people I've gotten to connect with, I love talking to you guys. I love connecting with people and making these online friends. Even if one person resonates with something that I've said in a video, or, helps them change their mindset a little bit or feel better, I'm good with that. Even if it's just one person, even if that person is just me rewatching my old videos, I'm okay with that, because I genuinely like what I'm creating, and I like what I'm doing, and I'm having fun doing it. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be good. I don't have to put that expectation on it. I can just do things because I want to do them, and because I believe in the message that I'm sending out, and I think I'm making a positive impact on whoever it is. Like I said, even if it's just me looking back at my old stuff to remind myself of the things that I need to remember. And I've even noticed such a difference in myself and my confidence from when I started making TikToks. Not even as far as confidence on camera, but confidence in myself and in my voice and expressing myself. I just feel like it's helped me romanticize myself and my life a little bit more, because by producing more than I'm consuming content, I've started to compare a little bit less and started treating myself as the main character of my own little TV show, I guess. So yeah, one thing I'm excited about is continuing my social media journey, letting myself take it more seriously, and just seeing what can happen. Okay, now it's your turn. One thing that you're grateful for and one thing that you're looking forward to. Feel free to pause the pod, think of something, and then come back to it. Amazing. So now that we have our mind in the right headspace for the morning, let's dive into today's topic. Why you need to enter your curious girl era. Maybe you're safe in your comfort zone, not taking action towards getting your dream life or becoming the person that you want to be. Or maybe you are working towards your goals, but that self-doubt and inner critic are coming into your head and just ruining a good time. I started saying this one thing to myself. I just want to see what happens if I stop caring what people think, if I try this out, if I don't quit, if I say yes to this, if I start this. No pressure or expectation of perfection. I'm just curious. I want to see what happens. Be curious about your potential. Explore and learn and grow, having fun in the pursuit of your goals. Don't hold yourself back from taking action. Be curious. Go for it and just see what happens. And who knows the exciting possibilities that might just open up for you. Try out different things. Don't put yourself in a box or keep yourself stuck to the labels of what others perceive you as. You're not obligated to act accordingly to who people think you are, or even who you think you are. You can change and shape who you are at any point. You're never stuck or defined by who you think you are or what other people think you are. You are also all the things that you've let other people make you believe you aren't. You are who you say you are. You are who you let yourself believe you could be. This idea of finding yourself or being yourself is not to get to the destination point of being found, but to always be finding yourself throughout your whole life. Because if you had it all figured out, you wouldn't change anything. You wouldn't try out different things. The fun is the uncertainty of it all. It's the freedom of going after one thing and then reassessing and maybe changing your mind. And just knowing that that's okay. At every stage of your life, as you grow and change, just re-getting to know yourself. Who am I? What do I like? What do I need? What's helping me? What's hurting me? What works for me now? And what maybe used to work for me then but doesn't work for me now? And what doesn't? Yeah, it can be uncomfortable to let yourself be okay with feeling uncertain or unsure, but you can't find yourself if you don't let yourself get lost every now and again. Embrace the uncomfortability of being uncertain and find the freedom in it to go after what you want, to do whatever fits and whatever feels true to who you are, whatever makes you happy, in the chapter that you are in. Who knows what's going to happen in the future chapters, but for right now, in this chapter, do what makes you happy and go after it. You never know what could happen, and that's a good thing. The uncertainty is exciting, and believe that good things are coming. Go after the things that you want. Even if things are out of your comfort zone, the great thing about doing things outside of your comfort zone is then it expands. You gain new skills and experiences after doing it, and then that becomes a part of your comfort zone. You are so much more capable of things than you realize, and you're never stuck in anything or in any way of thinking. And for certain situations, sometimes you just have to tell yourself to not play the victim in your life or not be a victim to your circumstances, but instead to try to control as much as you can, do what you can with what you got, control what you can, embrace what you can't, in order to take action and shape the life that you want and become the person that you want to be. No one is going to magically come into your life and change it for you. There is never going to be a right time, a perfect time. The time is now. Even if it's just one step, one small action you take today, that just brings you closer to your goals. You owe it to yourself to live with no regrets, or looking back months and years from now, wishing you had started earlier. Stop waiting. Do the thing. Take chances. Do it for the plot. Be the main character. If you feel a little scared, good. It's new. It's exciting. You're growing. If you want to push yourself to do something outside of your comfort zone, just do it for the plot. Do it to shake things up, add a little spice and excitement to your story. Be curious to see what happens if. Don't worry about what other people think. That voice that says, oh my god, that's so silly, that's so cringy or embarrassing. I promise you, no one is thinking about you as much as you think they're thinking about you. You know what I mean? When you think people are judging you, that's really just you judging yourself. And if you don't judge yourself, and if you hype yourself up, then it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. And even if they do judge you, that's a mirror, babe. People reflect themselves, you reflect you. If someone is spewing out hate or judgment, it's gotta come from somewhere, right? It's because it's inside themselves. So happy people don't judge because they just spread that happiness that's inside of them. Unhappy people spread that unhappiness because that is what is inside of them. Just don't take things personally because everyone's got their own stuff going on. Everyone's just doing their best on a day-to-day. Just know that at the end of the day, your opinion of you is what matters most. You can also just do things simply because you enjoy doing them. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just try to have fun doing whatever you're doing. You're also your own worst critic, and I guarantee you're doing way better than you think you are. Your growth is happening. Progress is happening. Keep going. Stick with it. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Keep going and be curious about what could happen. And once you do end up reaping the rewards of all the work that you're doing, and also just enjoying the process, that fruit will taste so much sweeter. It's easy to get stuck in your comfort zone where it's safe and do the same things every day, and eventually it feels boring and monotonous. But get your sparkle back, girl. Find things that genuinely make you excited. Have goals that you're working towards. Because being in pursuit of a goal that you're passionate about gives you that sense of purpose. It gives you identity, makes you happier. It's not even about getting to the destination point of obtaining all your goals, but being in pursuit of them, having that purpose and fire that fuels your, having that purpose that fuels your fire makes you happier and makes you feel more excited about life when you have that sense of purpose, I guess, working towards something that you care about. So find out what that could be for you, what goals that you can get excited about working towards, and go after those goals without holding yourself back with all this self-judgment, saying, I just want to see what happens if I stick with this. And you'll probably be so glad that you did. Don't live your life with any regrets. Just go after it. We are on a floating rock. Say yes. Do what makes you happy. Post the TikTok. Let go of the people or places that no longer serve you. Don't spend time with people that don't make you happy. Learn to love your alone time. Fall in love with who you are. Hype yourself up. Don't waste time being so insecure, ruining good moments. Do what you want. Let yourself learn and be a beginner and grow. Expand your comfort zone. Live fully and live loudly and don't hold yourself back. So bringing it back to what I was talking about earlier, how do you stop caring about what people think? Do the thing. Focus on your opinion of you. And also, I think, just like on a practical note, what has helped me, in my experience, is being alone. I think it just helps you come back to yourself. Because post-grad, that was when I was finally starting to post and starting podcasts and coming back to myself and rediscovering old habits. Because naturally, when you're constantly surrounded by people, and also just being that age, I think, I don't know, it was only after having more alone time, which naturally happened post-grad, that I came back to myself in a way. Learning to love my alone time, it was like this aha moment of, actually, if it's just me, myself, and I'm chilling. I think I'm okay, you know? And if I like what I do and if I like doing things for my own benefit and my own growth, and, you know, I just began to care more about my own opinion of me more than anyone else's because, you know, if I'm alone, who am I seeing? No one. It's just me. If I like me and if I like what I'm doing in my alone time, then that's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying? So I think that alone time and time with yourself and learning not to be lonely in your alone time and just like really get to know yourself and fall in love with who you are and find things that make you happy. I don't know, like less and less, it just doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. Like, it's okay if you don't believe in me, because I do. And if it's okay if you don't understand it, you know, because it makes sense to me and it makes me happy. So it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Like even when I was in middle school, I used to post YouTube videos and sing about everything when I was a kid. But growing up, I don't know, maybe insecurity made me more introverted, especially in certain situations. I remember growing up, I would feel like I would be judged or no one really cared what I had to say. And it was only until like post-grad and like, you know, getting that time alone with myself that I discovered that I just finally realized that even if no one else cares, I should care. Even if no one else cheers me on, I'm gonna cheer me on. That I do deserve to take up space. I deserve to speak even if no one listens, for the simple act of expressing myself in my own ways. And that in itself, your expression, it can be so freeing and healing. Expressing yourself however you choose to do it is beautiful. Stop letting fear and self-doubt hold you back. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can paint really crappy pictures, sing loudly off key, bake a disgusting cake, like do whatever makes you happy and stop holding yourself back with self-judgment. We are literally on a floating rock. Who cares anyways? Just do the thing. So what are some practical ideas for entering into your curious era? If you've been waiting for the right time to do something, or if you've always wanted to do a certain thing but never believed it was possible for you or just never started, start. Just one small step, one small action, one small change can make the biggest difference. And just believe in yourself. Believe that you do deserve it. Believe that you are enough. You can get the thing. You can do anything. You can be anything. You can. Maybe try something new that's kind of out of your comfort zone. A new food or coffee place, a new workout class, reaching out to someone new to make a plan, maybe taking a different route to work, trying out a new hobby. Just shake up your routine in little ways, and that can help you feel more rejuvenated. Let yourself imagine and have big dreams for your life. Be curious about the possibilities. Be more curious than you are afraid of the uncertainty or of the judgments of others. Be less afraid, be more curious. Now for some curious era affirmations. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just learning. I don't need to have it all figured out. I'm having fun in the pursuit of my goals. I'm just gonna stick with it and see what happens. I wonder what new things and new opportunities will come my way. Now it's time for a sipper shout out. I don't know if it sounds weird, but I started referring to listeners out there as sippers, because like coffee at sunrise, like you sip coffee. I don't know. It could be cute. If you have any other ideas for names for listeners, let me know. But for now, we're going to call it Sipper Shoutout. This is a Sipper Shoutout from a listener sharing a Lucky Girl habit based on the last episode about Lucky Girl Syndrome, which if you have not listened to that yet, you should totally give that a listen. Sipper Shoutout.
Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Sophia, and I'm so excited to actually share with you a Lucky Girl habit. You know what's so funny? I saw your story literally 6 hours ago today, and I was like, Lucky Girl Syndrome, what the heck is that? And I was like, I'm gonna listen to her podcast later and see what it's about. So I just finished hearing it, and you know what? I love the episode you just spoke about, because I have been dealing with a lot of lack of motivation. I hate the way this is gonna sound kind of dramatic or deep, but I truly mean it, because it's exactly how I'm feeling. I truly hate how my life is right now, because one, I am too obsessed on my phone. All I do is be on my phone, go on social media, and I hate it. I hate it so much. So one Lucky Girl habit that I've been doing is I dedicate some time to just sit at my desk and stuff. So I sit at my desk and I just do homework, and whenever I'm doing homework straight and I go on my phone, I feel so accomplished, because I know I have a really hard time to get off my phone. So I would say a Lucky Girl habit that I've been doing is just sitting down and getting homework done, and it makes me feel really accomplished.
Super shout out. First of all, thank you so much, girl, for sending this in. I loved getting to chat with you. I think this is just so real, especially the part where you talked about feeling like you're always on your phone and hating it. Like, I totally relate to that. That's so real, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that too. I was actually thinking about that the other day, as far as like watching the show Outer Banks. I feel like I like that show so much, like just a group of friends going on adventures and treasure hunting, because it's really like no phones, just vibes. And I'm just on my phone way too much. Sometimes I'll really be on my phone with my laptop out and the TV on in the background, like screen overload. That can't be good for you, you know? Lessening your screen time is definitely a tough habit to break, but I love the Lucky Girl habit you shared, and I'm definitely going to try that one out. If you would like to be featured on the next episode of the podcast, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It is linked in the description of this episode, and send me a voice note or a DM telling me about one thing you're trying out in your Curious Girl era. That's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thank you for listening. Tag me in your Instagram stories. I will share them. I would love seeing them. Follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I always link them in the descriptions for every episode. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day. I love you. Bye.